Hey strong people, Kalle Beck here from StartingStrongman.com, and today I'm going to be talking about World's Ultimate Strongman Dubai. There's so much to be excited about in strongman and as a strongman fan right now, but this is what I feel like talking about. There's Glasgow going on, there's a lot of stuff going on. There's America's Strongest Man's coming up. It's a great time for strongman. But yeah, this is what I'm the most excited about. This is part of what was supposed to be Eddie Hall versus Thor. Then it got moved from Vegas to Florida. Then Florida kept being Florida. So now it's moved to Dubai. And I think it's great. I like it there. I wasn't excited about going until it was in Dubai. And I'm like, then I wish I could go. And I'm just not popular enough on Strongman YouTube to be invited anymore. Anyways, just joking. The thing I'm the most excited about with this weekend is that World's Ultimate Strongman for the first time is including strong women, and they're treating them just like the strongmen. They flew them out, put them up. Everyone's going off on adventures and falconing in the desert and camel rides, and it looks like they're having a great time. The events are the same, just scaled down, which is important. They're not doing different events. I don't know why some promoters insist on doing that. If you've never seen these strong women compete, they're absolute world-class athletes, and it's going to be great to watch them go. They're going to do their whole contest, all 5 events, then the men are going to go. Then I believe all of the strong boxing is on the next day. Don't quote me on that. I'm not really going to delve into the boxing too much because I don't know about it. It'll be interesting. I'll watch it. Pretty sure it's going to be on Core Sports website and Rogue's YouTube channel. This is the Strongman and Strong Women shows for free. They're going to be doing a log press for reps, so that's clean each rep. It's I believe 100 kilos for the women, and right under 400 pounds, like 180 something kilos for the men. A yoke walk for distance, I think they have 60 seconds. You walk the yoke down however many meters, drop it, turn around, come back, and you keep going. Don't know how the drops are, if they're allowed or not in that event. That'll be a really interesting event because speed will help, but just like who wants to carry, like I think it's like a 900 pound yoke and a 6 something for the men and 6 something for the women, somewhere around there. Carrying a yoke for that long really sucks, and it's going to be super brutal. Then they're going to do a farmer's walk for speed. I think it's 240 pounds for the women, 60-ish feet, which is... and then the mystery event, which we now know is they have like a little sled with wheels on a track. You push the sled down like a prowler push. Then you get on the other side of it, and there's little places to put your feet and a rope, and then you're going to do an arm over arm. The difference is that there's chains attached to it, so the chains start here, and there gets more resistance as the chains elongate. And there's also, with turning it each way, they're going to kind of drag back and forth. So it'll be like a little bit of accommodating resistance with the chains compared to wheels. It'll probably overall slow it down from you being able to build up momentum, depending on how many chains they use. And it also makes it so they can adjust it for the men and the women. And then there's the 10 Atlas Stone run. So we're going to start with the men, and the biggest news out of all of this is that Mateusz Kieliszkowski is making his return to strongman. He looks big. He and Hafthor are now about the same size weight-wise. And he looks ready, but it's like when someone's had such a long time off, what's it been? It feels like it's been 2 years since he's competed. You know, he hasn't been at Worlds the last 2 years, and you know everyone else has stepped up as the big names in the sport. And I feel kind of bad for Mateusz because he was like right there, bridesmaid, Worlds Arnold, second to Thor, then second to Martins. Always right there. And then right when he gets that chance, it seems like he's getting there. He's just had, these complications with his injuries and just couldn't quite come back from them. And I think he could just come in and he could just be a level above everyone else. It's very possible, but it's really hard to say. We also have Irvin Toch. Is that how you say it? It's not Toots. I knew that. Ivor Smokstelis, JF Karan, Bobby Thompson, Konstantin Janashia, Alexei Novikov, the returning champion, Rahman Farajinad, Rano Hanla, and Mohammad Estapor. The Iranians, Rahman and Mohammed, are very accomplished athletes and underrated. They don't get to compete in the United States due to reasons. But yeah, a lot of people have been competing quite frequently. Janashia had an injury at the Arnold Classic. I think JF Karan's had some hamstring issues. Bobby Thompson had a bicep issue at the Shaw Classic. Novikov has been competing almost every weekend. What's new? Hanla just competed at Giants Live and had a couple issues. So, everyone's real banged up. No one really did any strongman for like 18 months, and now there's shows every weekend and huge opportunities. So people have to compete a lot, and it's great. But so with all this, I think even coming off an injury, Mateus might just, he's looking strong. Irvin Tooch had an injury. With these events, there's no deadlift. Log press for reps, he had a tricep. It just really depends on how good his tricep is repaired. Because, he's the dominator at doing, 400 pounds for reps. Like we saw him at Santa Monica a couple years ago, how good he looked. Yoke walk for distance. That sounds like something right up his sleeve. Farmer's walk for speed. Yeah, Mateus can do that all day. Arm over arm pull and a sled push. He's good at the Conan's wheel of pain. And those are great events. The Atlas Stone Run, he finished it with a torn bicep to win, in 2019. They seem like great events for him. Bobby Thompson will be good on the log press. I think Novikov, I think this really comes down to Kilishkowski, Novikov, and Karan, with maybe Ivor's mixing it up in there, is how I'm predicting this to go. But I'm gonna pick Kilishkowski for the win. I'm just gonna go out on a limb, just come back. He's the Terminator. Just looks like he just got some reprogramming, and he just looks as good as always. And I think his level is still good enough to compete with anyone. Never can count on Novikov just because he's so consistent and always placing on the podium. But just overall wear and tear and fatigue, it's odd. The most rested and injury-free athlete might be the one coming off of major injuries. That's just kind of how sports work sometimes. On to the strong women, we have Sandra Bradley, Annabelle Chapman, Donna Moore, Nadia Stowers, Corey Butler, Melissa Peacock, Andrea Thompson, and Jessica Fithen. This is a really good lineup of strong women athletes. I know some others were planning on going until it got moved to a different country. If you are a professional or aspiring strong person, get a passport. Just have one. You need one in case, because you never know what opportunities might present themselves. Log press for reps. That'll be a great battle between Jessica Fithen, Donna Moore. Andrea Thompson has the world record in the event. I think has some slight calf issues, Laws mentioned. But with 220, I don't think it should be a problem for her. But yeah, pretty much, Nadia Stowers is a middleweight and has a huge log press. Melissa Peacock had like a 270-pound axle press. Pretty much all of them are great pressers. Onto the yoke walk for distance. That's going to be an interesting event. And I'm just going to have to pick Donna Moore on that one. I just think she's just so consistent. Andrea Thompson can fly with a yoke, but I think having to go back and forth a bunch of times might be slightly different, and it's really hard to say. And I think Sandra Bradley will perform well throughout the contest, just being consistent, is my guess. Annabelle Chapman also has the axle press world record, who took it back from Melissa Peacock, I believe. I'm not fact checking this, so like I said, everyone can press that's here. Farmers Walk for speed. The grip events are tough for Jessica. I think she'll do good overall, but it just depends on how her grip holds up with it. I think they'll be between Andrea Thompson, Sandra Bradley, and Donna Moore on that event, and Corey Butler is also very fast. The mystery event, I think the craftiest, Donna Moore just has the experience. She's just good at everything and will be prepared for it. And then the Atlas Stone run, 10 Atlas Stones. Donna Moore's Queen of the Stones, but Jessica Fithen, if you remember the battle she had at the Arnold last year, loading a stone 25 times, might not come down to who's fastest, but who has the stamina to keep going, and I think Jessica will have it on that one. Overall, I'm going to say the top three are going to be Donna Moore, Andrea Thompson, and Jessica Fithen, and I can't wait to watch. You can also bet on this. I think it's at like armbet.com or something. There's kind of a weird setup, but go check it out. It's all over World's Ultimate Strongman's Instagram and social media on info, and place your bets. It lets you pick either Novikov, Kielszkowski, or the team, anyone else to win, or Andrea Thompson, Donna Moore, or anyone else to win. Interesting. I got to look into it. Maybe I can make some money. Maybe I can lose some money. Let me know what you think in the comments below.